Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Galaxy, part 35. I think it's part 35. Dude, one of these days, I'll just actually start getting confident in my answers with this stuff, okay? One of these days that's going to happen. It just so happens that, I don't think today's the day, okay? I just don't think today's the day. But fellas, welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Galaxy. In the last episode, we continued our reign trying to do more purple coin stuff. And I'm going to be honest, last episode was a rough set of purple coins. The second one wasn't so bad. It was just the amount of time I had to spend going back and really regaining the purple coins after dying. It did not feel good, okay? I'm just going to put it plain and simple. It did not feel good. And Ghostly Galaxies was just... It was just a wild... It was a wild purple coin star if you're out of the loop of how they actually want you to perform that, you know? It's a wild one if you're out of that loop, and it's just generally kind of crazy. But in this episode, we're going to continue doing more purple coins. If you could imagine that, that's exactly what we're going to do. But fellas, something that I was talking about for a fair bit of last episode, hopefully my brain will actually let me continue talking about this, is that in the last episode, I was going to elaborate talking a little more about Doom the Dark Ages, which is a game that I've been seeing a lot of recently. Purple coins on the puzzle cube. Oh, this is not nearly as bad as I remember it being. At most, they might be timing me on this one, but I don't think it's that bad. But something that I didn't actually tell you guys, other than talking about my history with the Doom series, is that I have actually yet to play Doom the Dark Ages, okay? I have yet to play it at all, reason being that, I can't run it. So, for those of you who, obviously this has been a talking point in a fair bit of the videos that I have, you know, this has been a talking point in a decent chunk of the videos that I've put out here on the channel, especially anytime that I'm talking about PC stuff. My PC specs, for those who don't know, fellas, are not, they're not great. Like, let's just put it that way. Where am I? Okay, cool. That is exactly where I am. Why do I feel like I'm not gonna do that well on this? I don't know why. I just get the hunch, you know? I just, simply put, I get the hunch. Okay, I'm gonna get this. I much prefer the purple coin missions that are not timed, but that's just my preference. But so I haven't been able to play Doom the Dark Ages simply because my PC can't run it. For those who don't know, big thing about Doom the Dark Ages as a game, it has mandatory ray tracing, and I'm gonna keep it $150 with you guys. I have always personally really hated that in video games. Okay? I didn't like it when Indiana Jones did it. Okay. This is... it's not looking amazing. But I didn't like when Indiana Jones did it. And listen, I've always made the argument that it personally feels like it's just locking you as a GTX user out of an experience, right? And of course, I know that a big part of the argument that has been made is that, well, you know, GTX cards are like 10 years old, pretty much. This is not good. Just plain and simple, this is not looking good in the slightest. God, bro. Oh, what is it with these purple coin missions and just being delightfully horrible for me? Oh, no. I'm going to have to lock in for this, aren't I? I mean, I'm not, this is not going to be a successful attempt. I want to make that abundantly clear. I'm missing like 6. I want to say that maybe I had all of them except the ones in the hole. Maybe. But I'm not 100% too sure. But yeah, so I can't run Doom the Dark Ages. Let's just get that out of the way first and foremost. But I would like to make it known that while I can't run the game and I think the mandatory ray tracing is stupid, and I feel like, again, a card just shouldn't ever be completely locked out. I mean, it's a thing too of like, it's not a thing of, oh, the game literally wouldn't be able to boot. No, the game literally can boot. If you boot it straight from the exe in the folder, it boots. It doesn't boot you out saying, oh, you don't meet the minimum requirements and stuff. And it doesn't run amazing. Let's get that out of the way. I think the main example that I had saw was usage of it on a 1660 Super. Okay. But still, man, I don't know. I feel like you should not lock users out of an experience. Like, I think the way it should have been built was that ray tracing is an option. It can very much completely overhaul the experience and make it look insane, right? But I just don't think it should be mandatory, you know? That's kind of my general mindset on it. This particular area right here doesn't feel great, but I think I'm running through it a lot better this time. I feel like there's just like a pattern you really gotta follow. Okay, give me this. And then I think there was some down here. I have a minute left and I have 73. Maybe... Okay, I got all those. Okay, then there's these. I want to get all the ones on the ground first. I just want to know. I feel like I gotta do it like that. I'm making a lot better time this time. No, give me that. Oh, please. Wait, oh, there's more than 100. Dude, like, this is the thing, man. This is the thing. All right, cool, we're fine. Now it's a matter of finding it within the next 20 seconds, if I can. Okay, I was purely going off a noise there. I was purely going off a noise, and you know what? It kind of panned out. All right, cool. But yeah, no, I think that genuinely Doom the Dark Ages looks amazing. It's a lot more of a... the way they've worded it is like a stand and fight sort of experience, right? And I'm kind of all for that, right? I kind of vibe with it. It just looks so much more impactful, and I don't know. I love a lot of the gameplay aspects of it. Contrary to what a lot of other people are saying, but I understand why some people are saying this. The mech and dragon sections actually have a lot of value to me, especially the mech sections. The mech sections really give off that powerhouse vibe that I think is good to have a feeling of in a Doom game, I feel. Struggle isn't necessarily bad to have in a Doom game. I understand that you're fighting against some demonic forces. You know, you want to feel a little like there's a sense of challenge there, right? But I think when you're someone as powerful as the Doomslayer, man, let me live off the fantasy, like, power trip for a little while, okay? That's kind of what the mech sections feel like. The dragon sections, I think, are where people are a little more iffy. And the dragon sections, to me, actually are really cool because they remind me a lot of the flying sections in Kid Icarus Uprising if you had a little more free will and free control over the flying sections. You know, it's literally like Kid Icarus Uprising's flying sections, but if you just had a little more freedom in terms of how you actually traverse the aerial environment around you, right? That's kind of what it reminds me of, and I think it's really, really cool. I think it's genuinely really, really cool. One of the big things that I have obviously seen a lot of people talk about, and there's kind of a unanimous, I mean, I don't want to say it's like unanimous. This is timed, isn't it? Oh my god. Timed purple coin missions. Oh no, I don't think it's timed. Oh, if it's not timed, that's fine. Oh, okay, we're chill then. Alright, we're fine, dude. Like, it's the timed ones that make me a little, like, don't love that. I love the ones where you actually just have to, like, kind of traverse around and explore. They can be a little more punishing in regards to if you die really late on into the purple coins, but, like, for the most part, dude, I think it's pretty fine. But no, I think the mech and dragon sections in the Dark Ages are really good. Something that I have seen a lot of people unanimously try and say a lot about in regards to the game is the soundtrack is like, fine. That's kind of the biggest way I've heard it described. Can I not, Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can't just... This is more of a thought experiment than anything. Oh, and they even had me go up here. This is, now that I'm doing it, it doesn't seem like a good move, but I'm doing it. Okay, it's fine. But, yeah, the soundtrack seems to be like a unanimous thing that people have decided is fine, but not great. And I'm just going to say this for the record, man. Like, people are putting far too much flack, I think, on the soundtrack for this game. I think the soundtrack for this game is beautiful. I think it's really, really good. If you guys don't know, the soundtrack was done by a team called Finishing Move, who I don't know the full extent of their work that they have done, but they supposedly... Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Oh, that's nerve-wracking. Oh, I don't like that. I just don't like how that feels. Okay, let's just do it again. I don't know if this is optimal way of handling this, but that's how we're gonna do it. But the soundtrack had a heart attack there for but a brief moment, man. That was bad. The soundtrack is good. I think a lot of the problem, man, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say something of Mick Gordon is overrated, because he's not. And I think especially when you look in the context of what happened and the whole reason, like, why Mick Gordon is not on the Dark Ages soundtrack, it's a sad situation. Obviously, I don't think you need me to necessarily be the one to tell you that, right? That being said, man, like, I really wish people could just be open to a different approach, because, you know, people are kind of wording this in a way where it's very much like, I think a lot of people have this thing where, this is a awkward, I think they want you to wait until he's kind of on the edge. Like, does this work? Oh, dude, what is that? What is that? But I think people have this mindset where Doom's soundtrack now and everything about it is so inherently tied into it being electronic and metal. And I don't hate the electronic and metal approach. I actually, again, Mick Gordon, in my opinion, did so amazing, and he incorporated the two styles so well. But to say, to not just be open to a new conceptual idea for the soundtrack is kind of, I don't want to sit here and say it's annoying, because, like, why am I getting annoyed by some random people's opinions on the internet that, for the record, are valid? Like, I think they are genuinely valid opinions. What is happening to you here? Can I? That's okay. So you are supposed to use that twister, but it's a little strange trying to get it to. Let's do this. Yeah, so they're very much playing on you using the twister correctly. I think the soundtrack was amazing. The thing I was mentioning earlier, Finishing Move as a company or a development studio, they were, I think, most known for their work on Borderlands 3. I want to say it was Borderlands 3, although they may have been known. I think they did something for Halo as well. Don't know too much of the specifics of that, but that's what I hear, that they had done something for Halo at some point. I do believe. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna just hop in here. Duh! But the soundtrack is really good, and I just think people are not giving it enough of a chance. It's more of a orchestral and metal sort of vibe, and the metal is a little bit more stripped back in some cases, in my opinion, to sound a little more thrashy. If that makes sense. A little more thrash metal, and I vibe with it. I vibe with it heavy. Ooh, that made me nervous because I didn't know if I was just blind jumping into a sea of quicksand or not. I have 95. I didn't even realize. So I think the last 5 are literally just on the pillar. I want to say they're on the pillar. Don't know for sure if this is the case, but yeah, they took a bit more of a orchestral metal and thrash approach, but they have little moments in there where they definitely sprinkle in a little bit of a sort of, I guess, Mick Gordon-esque flair to things, and also tune down a lot. And when I tell you, when they choose to personally tune down, oh my god, it's so good. Some of the best songs on the soundtrack, in my honest opinion. What Lies Below, Apotheosis. What Lies Below, Apotheosis, Between Hex and Flame was really good too. Oh god, man. Like, some of those songs where they... Oh, it's right there. I'm not the brightest, dude. Some of those songs where they choose to tune down are genuinely, in my opinion, some of the best songs in the game, but even the ones where they don't are pretty good as well. I think, oh god, what was the name of the, I don't remember the one, but Unholy Siege, I think, was one of them, which I think was a little more of like a kind of thrash metal sort of thing. It was very good. It was very good, man. Like, people are not, in my opinion, giving the soundtrack enough of a chance to shine, and it shows. I think it's really good. I think the soundtrack's really good, and people are going to underrate it a ton, but I kind of wholeheartedly hope Finishing Move comes back. I think Finishing Move should come back, and all I'm hoping, more than anything, is I hope Finishing Move was treated with proper respect, that the proper respect that Mick Gordon should have been treated with, because, make no mistake, the higher-ups at id Software are a big part of the reason that we didn't get Mick Gordon on the soundtrack. And make no mistake, while I am absolutely in love with the soundtrack that Finishing Move has made, I really do miss Mick Gordon. I do miss Mick Gordon, but I don't feel as if something is missing because of the lack of Mick Gordon, if that makes any sense. I think that is a lot of the mindset that a lot of people have, where there feels like there's something missing because of Mick Gordon not being on the soundtrack. But I just personally don't see that angle. I think it is a new approach. It's a more traditional approach, and I think it's good. I think it's good, and I wish people would give it more of a chance, but ultimately, people's opinions are subjective, and I shouldn't hate on them. I don't think their opinions are bad. I just disagree with them, and that's okay. That's what opinions are for. But that's really all I have to say about that. Fellas, that's going to do it for this episode of Super Mario Galaxy. Another one of a shorter episode. It's actually meeting a little more the normal time frame because of me yapping here at the end of this episode, but ultimately we stopped it at a bit of a shorter point just because, man, honestly, these purple coin missions, it's hard to imagine doing more than 2 in an episode. I'm just gonna be real. They can be a bit taxing on the mental. Well, I don't want to say taxing on the mental as in they're difficult. It's just the challenging ones are challenging, man. But of course the ones that are not time based, like they just take a little bit more time, they just take a little bit more time to do, and that's okay. I don't think there's inherently any issue with that, but it nonetheless, it just does take a little bit more time to do them. But yeah, in the next episode, if you guys could predict it, we're going to continue doing more purple coins, and I think we're actually going to be out of the bedroom dome and moving on up to the engine dome, so stay tuned for that. But fellas, that's going to do it for this episode of Super Mario Galaxy. Fellas, if you enjoyed this video, maybe like, comment, subscribe. I don't know. It's your life. Do what you want. I don't really care. And I will see you fellas in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.